Giuseppe Anastasio was born in Napoli, Italy in 1888 and migrated to the United States in 1892 at the age of 4. In August 1918, Giuseppe Anastasio and Luisa Sedano were married.
My mother and father got married in August 1918. They eloped, went to Atlantic City, and they got an apartment on 191 Grand Street on the 3rd floor, apartment 16.
And it's at this address, 191 Grand Street in Little Italy, New York, Lucia Anastasio was born on October 26, 1920.
But they were so happy, so happy, so happy. My father, my mother, my grandmother, my aunt, all my relatives. It was the first baby.
Living in Little Italy, Lucy had a wonderful childhood growing up with her 3 brothers, Sonny, Carmine, and Joey. The family-owned J. Anastasio Bakery was prominent in the community, and Lucy's father, a proud man, worked long hours to support his family. The very articulate and intelligent Lucy excelled in school, and eventually was selected and attended the very prestigious Julia Richmond High School on Upper 5th Avenue in Manhattan, New York.
It was a very prestigious high school, and it was on 5th Avenue in Manhattan.
Tragedy struck when on April 17, 1933, at the age of 34, Lucy's mom, Luisa, died of complications related to pneumonia. The death of his beloved Luisa, Giuseppe, spiraled out of control, and it was Lucy who made an enormous sacrifice for her family.
They lost everything, business, everything. And I guess I was going into 3rd term high school. I was just about 14, going on 15. I had to quit school, and I paid the rent. The rent was $26 a month. And I had to go to the bank and give Mr. Tabile. I said, Mr. Tabile only got $23. Mr. Tabile only got $24. He never said, Lucy, don't worry, Lucy. I'm going to charge you interest. You're going to throw you out. Don't worry, Lucy. Don't worry, Lucy. That's the way it was.
With the invasion of Pearl Harbor, America was thrust into the Second World War, and the Anastasio brothers enlisted into the military.
January 25th, 1944, I got married. But we only had 6 days together. He was home on a leave. Then he had to go back overseas, my husband. So he was away almost a year and a half. When he came back, it was August 1945. And then we went and found an apartment in Brooklyn, 292 St. John's Place.
Upon return, George and Lucy started building their family.
And my first baby was born March 21st, 1946, Dorothy. And then my son George was born May 14th, 1948. And then my son Joseph born July 7th, 1949. And I had Dennis, August 16th, 1952. Keith, November 17th, 1955. I had Russell in May 1960. I had 6 children.
Shortly after moving from Brooklyn to Huntington, Long Island, George Van Eron died on January 14, 1961. It was at this time Lucy was once again put in charge of her household.
It took me 10 months to get my life together, learn to drive.
Devoted and loving mother of 6 children, Lucy, with the help of her friends and family, managed to make ends meet.
But I got a job in Macy's in October of 1961 in Long Island, Macy's, Huntington. And it was a great. Worked there for 23 years and raised my 6 children. I could have been, but I couldn't go. I was so busy with my own children, my family. That was at Thanksgiving. We always had a Thanksgiving, big Thanksgiving dinner. And I made dinner every day. Every day my children had a hot meal. I had very good friends. In Long Island, I had wonderful friends. If it wasn't for them, because I had no car, and every single day for 10 months, every day a girl called me and said, Lucy, you need bread? Lucy, you need milk? Lucy, you have to go to the store? They were so wonderful. And I would ask them just one thing, really, I need to go to church. please bring me to church. And one of them did. Every Sunday brought me to church with my 6 children. June 19, 1976. I met Joe Devine and we got married, you know. And by now all my children are married except Russell, Keith and Russell, my 2 youngest ones. And then they got married.
Her children married and began raising families of their own. Lucy was now able to enjoy the fabulous lifestyle of downtown Manhattan in the 1970s through her son Joe, an internationally renowned event producer.
He always had me at all his events. I was always a wonderful guest of honor at his event. I met George Bush, the president, and Barbara Bush. And I met, you know, before that, Ronald Reagan and Nancy Reagan. And they were good moments, yeah, good moments. And they were all very nice, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I was still working, but I would go on the weekend to the events on Saturday night, wherever they were in Manhattan, mostly in Manhattan. And those were great events. Oh, they were great.
After the passing of her second husband, Joe Devine, Lucy moved to Florida in 1985.
In Bruno Chocolate Factory, I worked there for 17 years, selling chocolate. I loved it, and I loved it, and I still know all the people, all good friends, all wonderful. I retired when I was 84, going on 85. But I loved working, I loved selling. I'm a sales girl. My bosses, Mr. and Mrs. Anderson, they were, and they're still there. And we had very good years, very, very good years. I have friends here now, a lot of friends in Florida. I have 12 grandchildren and no great-grandchildren, and it's a federal crime.
Lucy has also taken the time to enjoy traveling the world. Finally retired at the wonderful age of 90, Lucy enjoys immensely the cherished moments she has with her children and grandchildren.
To me, I think there's nothing like a baby. And no matter what, you can manage. Working, whatever, however. It could be done because I did it and it could be done.
Known to many as a great friend, Lucy is best appreciated as a wonderful wife and an outstanding mother and grandmother. Lucy has lived an accomplished life with endearing moments as well as a few struggles, but throughout she has exemplified courage, dedication, and is celebrated and acknowledged as being an outstanding example to anyone who has ever known her.